Hey, it's Josh Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And here we are with the other of the two Nexus announcements here at the Google event in San Francisco, the Nexus5X. In a partnership with LG, we are seeing an update to the Nexus 5 from a couple years ago. And you know what? Talking about the design and the feel right here, it actually feels really familiar. The Nexus 5 had that very plasticky, that sort of soft plastic feel on the back, and that's exactly what it feels like here as well. It also has a very similar lightness to it, but of course the Nexus 5X is bringing some new additions to the ecosystem. Google is updating everything to Android Marshmallow version 6.0, and those features include certain things like the Nexus imprint, which includes this fingerprint reader on the back that will be able to turn on the device with just a simple press of under 600 milliseconds in terms of how long it takes for it to register the fingerprint, wake the device, and unlock it. But we're not going to be putting a fingerprint on there just yet. They do have these codes on here, so Android M, of course, in order to unlock the device. But what we have here is a full HD 5.2-inch display, which feels really nice in terms of size. And I already told you that the design is already getting some pretty high marks from us here because we do enjoy this particular feel. It might not necessarily be the flashiest of materials, but it still is very functional and very easy, very accessible is probably the word that's best used to describe this. Underneath the surface of that full HD display is a Snapdragon 808 with 2 gigabytes of RAM, which might be a little bit paltry compared to all of the other heavy needs that the other devices have. 3 gigabytes might have been better, but that's what you get in the Nexus 6P. Now on the front here, we have a single front-firing speaker here, not the dual front-facing speakers that are found on the Nexus 6P. And if we look on the sides, it does really have that design from the Nexus 5 with this little panel that could be, that separates the front and the back. The volume rocker is below, the power button over here. And heading over to the back, I already mentioned the fingerprint sensor here, but the Nexus logo is in landscape, which was always something that we loved about these devices. The camera package is actually very similar to that of the Nexus 6P. Not only are you going to get almost 13 megapixels, I should say, but it will also provide an updated application that provides a number of different functions, not the least of which is UHD 4K capabilities. Now I'm over in the video portion right now. If I go back to photo, you'll be able to see that HDR Plus is right here and is easily changeable using this one toggle right here. We are going to get our hands on these units soon enough so we can show you really if the camera quality is up to snuff, so we're really looking forward to that. We're taking a look at Android Marshmallow, the updated version of Android OS. Now you'll also see here that it is a vertical scroll in the app drawer, which is a little bit different, but it does allow you to have your 4 most frequented applications here on the top, which is pretty nice. Recent app screen is pretty similar, but as I go to the recent app screen, we do have a couple of pages here where I'll be able to show you Now on Tap, which is a brand new feature you probably saw at Google I/O earlier on, but it comes stock and standard here in Android Marshmallow. Hold the home button and it'll sense from the screen various portions that are searchable in Google. I know you saw there that the website had something about Marty Friedman, and there it is. It showed up very easily. Just a lot of different terms that are probably very obviously searched in Google are going to be pulled by Now on Tap. Of course, the other addition we have here is a USB Type-C port on the bottom that will provide fast charging, which is always a very good addition. But the battery underneath for a 5.2-inch Full HD display is actually pretty good with a 2700 milliamp hour unit underneath. This phone will probably last about as long as we really wanted to. And with additional battery saving features, including the doze feature, then we should be able to get maybe even more than a day and a half worth of battery life on here. But we're going to, of course, test that when we get our full review units. As far as availability goes, the Nexus 5X will be available in the Google Store starting from $379 for the 16 gigabyte model, which is the base model. Compared to the $349 from last model of the Nexus 5, that makes a little bit of sense, a little bit higher price, but you get some extra features as well. So you can stay tuned to Android Authority for that and even more from us here at the San Francisco event as we're taking a look at the 2 new Nexus devices and the other announcements that they made here. Keep it tuned to Android Authority for our full reviews and comparisons of these phones to the rest in the Android ecosystem today, because we